Hi everyone, we're going to take our second day of class notes on 10.3, our special product pattern. So the two patterns, again, today's the 3rd of April, two patterns today. Our problem's going to look like this. We write this pattern down and we sub in for both A and B and we do the operation that's there, which is the squared piece. And then if our problem looks like this is the pattern we write down. We fill in for the A, we keep the squared, the plus, the 2, we fill in for the A, we fill in for the B, we keep the plus, we fill in for the B, and we keep the squared. All right, that's a review of yesterday. Let's begin. So here's our first problem. What does it look like, top or bottom? Hopefully you're all saying it looks like the top. So we write the first top pattern, A squared minus B squared. But where there was an A in our problem over here, we now have a 7A. So we'll sub in 7x for A. Where there was a B, where the B's are in this problem, our B's are here and here. Again, like I said yesterday, you can take this as a -7 or a +7. Either way, you'll get the same value because when you square a negative, it becomes positive, and when you square a positive, it is also positive. So subbing in, for A goes 7x, for B goes 7. I have to remember to square both the 7 and the x. Remember to square both, not just the x, so we get 49x squared. 7 times 7 is 49, and x squared is going to stay x squared. Minus 7 squared, which again is 7 times 7, so 49. Our answer has to stay like this. We can't put these together because they are not like. So 49x squared minus 49, that's a 49. I don't know why. Oh, these are on the worksheet. Sorry, you guys. This is the worksheet that's posted for today. So I'm doing the even problems. After I work the evens, I would like you to work the odds and then scroll to the second page and check your answers on those other 4. So I'm working through 4 of the 8 problems that are on the worksheet that you'll see, and it's our class notes for today. If we were in class, you'd have a worksheet and you'd just be working the whole entire time on the worksheet, and I'd be walking around and helping you guys with the problems. Since we're not together in class, I'm going to work the evens on the worksheet. You're going to then work the odds, you'll check your answers, and then you'll work the homework assignment that you'll need to submit a picture of. Okay, hopefully that's clear. Now, our second problem, our number 4, looks like this, which is a quantity squared. Looks like the bottom problem. So I'm going to write down this pattern. So I'm writing down a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Where there's an a, I'm plugging in 6x, and wherever there's a b, I'm plugging in a 1. There's an a, I plug in a 6x. There's an a, I plug in a 6x. Yesterday I used multiplication dots, so I'm going to use that again today. But you can see that I was just about to use parentheses. You can use parentheses there. Parentheses are multiplication dots. Both represent multiplication. 6x times b, I'm plugging in a 1, plus a 1 plugging in, and then squared. So remembering that we have to square both of these things, 6 squared means 6 times 6, which is 36x squared. Remember from yesterday, we multiplied these 3 things together. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12, and then there's an x. So that's 12x when you multiply those together. 1 squared means 1 times 1, and 1 times 1 is 1. Final answer. We can't put any of these together because they're not like, and they're being added. So we leave them like that. Number 6, again, you might want to pause, try it on your own, and then hit play to see if you did the right work that I'm about to show. Here's our problem. Does it look like the top or the bottom? It looks like the bottom. We write this pattern down. So I'm going to write down a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Everywhere there's an a, we're plugging in a 2n. Everywhere there's a b, we're plugging in 3. Subbing in a 2n. Keeping the plus sign, keeping the 2. Subbing in another 2n. Then there's a b, so now I'm subbing in the 3. Then there's a plus sign. Then there's a b, subbing in. And then there's the squared piece. Don't forget to square the 2 and the n. Square the 2 and the n. 2 squared means 4. And n squared means n squared. What do we do with these 3? We multiply them together. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. And then there's the n. 3 squared means 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. None of those are like. Final answer. Number 8 on the worksheet. Okay, here's what the problem looks like. What pattern am I going to use? Does the problem look like the top or the bottom? Hopefully you're saying it looks like the top. So we're going to write this pattern down and we'll sub in. A squared minus b squared. In for a goes the 3. In for b goes the 8n. 3 squared minus 8n squared. 3 squared is 9. And the reason I put parentheses around these, if you're wondering, is because there are 2 things and I don't want to forget that I have to square both. When there's just 1, you can see that I didn't put parentheses. You can put parentheses around the 3 if you'd like to show that you were subbing in. I'm fine with that. 3 squared means 3 times 3, 9. 8 squared means 8 times 8, which is 64. And then n squared means n squared. And then I just brought down the minus piece. So 9 minus 64n squared, final answer. All right, good luck with the rest of the worksheet. And let me know if you guys have questions, and then continue practicing the homework. Take a picture, submit it, and then I believe you're probably done for the day, but make sure to read the full agenda, not just clicking on the assignment. Bye guys, have a great day.